We are in the process of amending the Local Government Act. A few things have attracted my attention. For example, the qualifications of members of accountability committees. Surely, somebody at A level, yeah, this is good, but it's not good enough.
These remarks were made by the Minister for Local Government, Raphael Majezi, after receiving an assessment report on the functionality of local government public accounts committees at an event held in Kampala. He explained the justification for raising the intellectual bar for members of such a committee.
You're examining a budget, you're examining a financial statement. You must be able to know whether it's balanced, you must be able to know whether it's linked to the overall goals and objectives and plans of the council. Now you are dealing with highly qualified and educated officers in the district.
Now more voices are coming out calling for the amendment of the electoral laws to set minimum academic qualification requirements for individuals seeking political leadership at different levels, from local government to the national level. Some policy analysts have weighed in on this debate.
Probably the debate needs to be different. In a normal environment, in a normal situation, a country that is organized and focused on, constituting a developmental state, a state that focuses on transforming the country and the people, you would want to be putting those kinds of safeguards and guardrails to make sure that you have people of a certain quality in a particular position, whether it is parliament, whether it is district local government, whether it is even other public service institutions.
Godbert Mushabe, who is also an associate director at Great Lakes Institute for Strategic Studies, however, says with the current political system, which he says is broken, mere change in academic qualification requirements cannot help much.
Even if we upped up the standards and said, oh, we want education level of a PhD, you can easily come into a sea of mediocrity and then you will not be able to do anything.
His sentiments are shared by the executive director of the Center for Policy Analysis, Timothy Chemonges.
Looking at the challenges that the local governments are facing, which largely go into the question of accountability, the question of resourcing, but also the structure of how the local government is operating. It's really, I think education is not one of the biggest challenges that the local government is facing.
According to the current electoral laws, only persons contesting for the position of president, member of parliament, district chairperson, and city lord mayor have a minimum academic qualification requirement, that is an A-level certificate or its equivalent. Chemonges says that looking at the current legislative arm of government, it is one of the most educated parliaments the country has ever had.
We did a study recently and found that, that at least 33% of the current members of parliament have a minimum of a bachelor's degree. A minimum of around 38% have a minimum of a postgraduate diploma. 3.3% of the current members of parliament have a minimum of a PhD. It's only around 6 to 7% of the current parliament that have a senior 6 and an equivalent.
We asked the analysts whether rising the academic requirements across board will translate into improved quality of leaders and service delivery.
For me as a citizen, if they went and spent a whole month or even half a month at home, not in the parliament, what would I lose? If anything, their being there deprives me as a citizen the resources that I need to run education, to run health, to ensure that the roads are fixed.
For Parliament, maybe it could be the mismatch in terms of their mandate vis-a-vis their expectation by the people.
They share what needs to be done to improve service delivery, general governance, and accountability.
When you have systemic failure, like we have in this country, you have to adopt system-wide solutions. You can't fix the problem by knee-jerk interventions.
So whereas education is a fundamental discussion to have for now, I think that local governments have a bigger problem that is facing them beyond the question of education.
I'm Benjamin Jumbe, NTV Weekend Edition.